Hi there, I'm Willow Grace Mystic and excited about your October forecast for astrology. I'm calling this Finding Your Inner Strength, Power, and Transformation. We start off the month on October 6th with two major events occurring on the same day. We're going to have a beautiful new moon in the harmonious sign of Libra, and then Pluto, the planet of transformation, is finally going to be stationing direct. Now, Pluto is the smallest and the furthest planet from the sun, and it's the ruler of the underworld. In order for us to thrive, Pluto wants us to transform. It wants us to evolve and grow. Pluto is known as the great revealer, but there's always the darkest night before the dawn, before the rebirth. Pluto's energy is very subtle, and with it being so far away from the sun, the energy just cannot be suppressed. So while it's been stationed in retrograde, it was stirring up, removing, cleansing, and showing us what is in our life that had become stagnant so that we can begin this transformation process for the future. Whenever a slow-moving planet begins to change directions, its energy then intensifies and magnifies. So Pluto, being the planet of transformation with regrowth, it urges us to let go and surrender in order to become a new person. Now that it's moving forward, this Plutonian energy will begin to peak. We should expect intense thoughts, feelings, emotions that are going to help us see clear what needs transformation in our lives, how our views have been changed by the events that have happened. So you're now going to have the courage, and you're going to be evolving and making decisions that are going to change you and your life for the future to move forward. Also on this day, we're going to have this beautiful new moon in the harmonious sign of Libra. Now, remember that Libra is the seventh sign of the zodiac. It represents symmetry, its focus on keeping things in balance and in equilibrium. Libra is ruled by air. So at this time, our attention is going to be on different types of communication in order to keep the peace. Since Libra's new moon is conjunct the planet of Mars, the planet of our drive and our willpower, we're going to want harmony and have the strength of Mars to push forward our thoughts, our ideas, and our agenda. Mars wants us to move head first and address these missed opportunities or broken promises. This time, we're going to want to find a balance between our relationships, the need to focus on our own self-care. Then on October 10th, Saturn, the planet that requires discipline, structure, and rules, it finally stations direct. Now, during Saturn's retrograde motion, we were required to go back, review any and all boundaries. We had to look at what we believed in and create something new that is sustainable. Now, Saturn's the planet that represents traditions and our responsibility. Saturn wants us to become our best and highest good, our most mature version of ourself. Now that it's moving forward, we're going to focus on tapping into our mental, physical, and emotional health. So you're going to be asking yourself, where have your boundaries been challenged? What changes have you made to create new boundaries for your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being? Moving forward, how are you going to maintain these in order to stay healthy? Honor yourself. Now that we are going to have two slow-moving planets that are heavy, moving direct within days of each other, this is going to be a significant week for major change. Pluto, it wants us to find our passion and eliminate any unhealthy obsession. And Saturn is going to want us to focus on what is essential for us that we can get to where we're meant to be for what we're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. Then the last will be on October 18th, Mercury, the planet of our technology and communication, is finally going to be stationing direct. The communication that we've been waiting for, that email, that phone, that text, that any kind of contact, it's finally going to come through this week. And we're going to start to untangle the confusion of this retrograde. At that time, Mercury is going to be opposite of Chiron, the wounded healer. So expect communication focus to be on healing our past, our trauma. Use caution with your words and how you communicate with people carefully because words can hurt. If you like this, I hope you hit that subscribe button, like, follow, and share. I am on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Anchor Podcast. And you can also sign up for my newsletter at willowgracemystic.com. So let's dive into Aries. Aries, this new moon is occurring in your partnership house, your partnership with relationship to significant others, clients, good friends. This is in the harmonious sign of Libra. Libra is shining a light here saying, I want to find a win-win situation for both of us. The moon is there saying, let's start something new. I want to ignite and begin something new. Now, Mercury is currently stationed retrograde there, and that is where there are some hiccups, some confusion about email, phone, text, about misunderstandings about what I'm saying and what I'm not, what I mean to say. So we have a beautiful trine with your North Node, your life direction, and that is in your third house of your feelings, your self-worth, your property, of close to home. This is lower education, primary school, and things that are going on close to home. This is connected to your partnership. It's also connected to your 11th house of social circles, groups that you belong in. Now with this, we have on October 6th, there's the confusion over where our life direction and our purpose lies is also going to be coming alive, moving direct, and saying, I'm going to be getting some clarity with this. On October 10th, we have the big picture of Saturn. Saturn is saying, I have the big pictures there. This is where you've done the work. This is what I need for you to do. This is where the focus needs to be. This is your connection with friends. So your career is going to be in the spotlight. Your friends, your partnerships, and your life direction with close to home is going to come into a closer focus for you. The confusion of the transformation of what you've been working on, what you've been working towards, your home life, your work, and your family is now going to start unraveling itself, and you're going to be moving in a forward direction. October is basically going to feel like someone is holding our jacket and we are trying to move forward. And as these larger planets start to make their forward direction, we're slowly going to be able to move forward. November is going to be much better, but October is where we're going to start to finally feel like I can now move forward. Taurus, this new moon is going to occur in your 6th house. The 6th house for you is your work and your daily life. And so the sun is in the sign of Libra here. Libra is shining a light saying we have to have some kind of balance. The new moon is saying we need to have new moon intentions put out for my service to others, my routine, my health, my everything. Mercury is currently stationed retrograde. It's going to be there for a while. And that's where you're finding some hiccups. Are you sending out emails that are not getting to the intended, or did you forget to hit the send, or is the communication kind of wonky between you and your work? Now, there's a trine to your 2nd house of personal income, of your life direction of where you're supposed to be going, with this new moon of finding a balance, with the top of your chart being your career, where you want to go. Now, on October 6th, we're going to also have the planet that wants us to move forward with a new life direction, and it's in your house of learning, and you're going to be taking that into what else do I want to do for my career. Now on October 10th, Saturn is it's in your 10th house of career. It's finally going to station direct. So something with your career has been holding you back. Now the bigger planets, when they go in a backward retrograde motion, it's about doing behind the scenes work. And Jupiter is there, and Jupiter is saying, I want to move forward. And Saturn is saying, there are rules to moving forward, and you cannot do it impulsively. So all of this is going on in your house of career, and it's connected to your daily health, your daily work, what you are doing out there in the public. There's going to be some kind of transformation coming. It's going to be a wake-up call, and it's about you having a long-term plan to make things not only profitable but healthy for you, and you staying focused on your new life direction. Gemini, this new moon is in your fifth house of being creative. It's about children. It's about partnership with connecting with others on an intimate level. It's romance, creativity. So the sun is illuminating something with your family, your children, or with you having intimate relationships, partners. And in the sign of Libra, whatever you're doing, you're trying to find a balance between you and them. The moon is also here starting something new. What do you want to create? Are you thinking about children? Are you thinking about your children moving out? Are you thinking about your children going off to college? This is a new start for them, which will then in turn be new for you. Mars is here, and Mars is saying, I'm ready to move forward with this energy. Mercury is stationed retrograde in that same house. So there's a little bit of communication. Is it what you're saying? Is it what you're writing? Is it your emails? Is it your texts? Are the papers coming back wrong? It's whatever you are working on in this home sector. That's where Mercury is going to mess with you. And it's because it wants you to be crystal clear and thorough with what you're doing. Now, there is a trine. The trine is with your North Node. That is in your first house of self. You are manifesting magic with where you are going with this life direction. And it's connected to your house of higher learning, foreign people, connecting foreign things. It's philosophy, it's religion. On October 6th, we have a planet that's going to be moving direct on the same day, Pluto, and it's about changing our direction. So you're going to be changing a direction. It's in your house of other people's income. And I believe that you're going to use this for travel or for diving deep into some kind of a class, a workshop. Then on October 10th, Saturn is going to finally station direct. And then October 18th, Jupiter. So this is a wake-up call. Something in this house of I'm ready to learn about this. I'm ready to dive into this. All of these houses are connected. Your first house of self with your house of higher learning and being connected to more than just what's in my bubble and creating something new. This is going to be a new wake-up call. It's going to be a new life direction. And it's you making this plan to say, I am going to take a deep dive into this because I've been transformed. I have changed my thoughts, changed my attitude, changed my beliefs. October is going to be a month where the slow-moving planets, they do the work behind the scenes, and they're finally, you've done enough processing of this, and now you're ready to start moving forward. Are you graduating from a class? Are you ready to take a deep dive into something? The decisions are going to come more into focus the further along into October that we go. And then November is going to be a lot less heavy. It's going to be like things are lifted, and it's going to be more comfortable for you to work in because the focus is going to become more clear for you. Cancer, this new moon is going to be in the sector of your house, your home, your family, past lives. Now, the sun is already here in the beautiful sign of Libra, trying to find balance. Are you finding balance between home and career? And then we have this new moon. The new moon is saying, I'm ready to start something new. I'm ready to create something new. And I know that I have to have a balance between the two. The sun is saying, look, this is me. And the moon is saying, but I need these these needs met. And so what are you starting new with your home, with your family, with your roots, with your foundation? Mars is here to give you that oomph to get through. Now, there's also Mercury. It is stationed retrograde, meaning, are you having miscommunication going on at home? Is it the email? Is it the phones? Is it the text? Are you not connected with others that you're trying to connect to? Now, there is a beautiful trine. The trine is with your north node, your direction in this lifetime, where you're going to. This is a new for you, uplifting life direction, and it's in your 12th house. So what are you getting rid of? What are you removing? What have you cleared out for you? Cancer rising. This is such a beautiful time saying, I have done my work and now I'm ready to reveal new layers of where I want to go. It is also connected to your house of where Jupiter and Saturn have been doing a lot of work. They have been stationed retrograde. On October 10th, Saturn is finally going to station direct. This is other people's income. This is finances. This is joint things that you have together with others. And you have been going through this digging process of what's going on? Why do we have to revamp it? I need clarity on this. And then on October 18th, Jupiter is now going to wake up and station direct. Jupiter is the gaseous planet that wants to think long term. And Saturn has said, you've done the work. You've checked off all the boxes. I want to create a life that is sustainable. And Jupiter says, and I have this long-term plan for it. And so what karma are you clearing out? This is going to be a beautiful time of, I need to set my new moon intentions. It has something to do with your house, your home, your family, where you are coming from, and clearing this out so you can move forward. And it's going to be a beautiful time for you. It's going to feel like somebody's been holding you back by your jacket and you're trying to move forward. And then finally, slowly, as these larger planets, remember that the larger planets, they work behind the scenes, and they want to move forward, but it's about a slow and steady, because it's not like a quick lesson you can learn. It's what you learn over time so you can process it and not fall back on bad habits. So you're being held back, and slowly they're going to start to motion out of retrograde forward, and you're slowly going to get your mojo back. You're going to be moving forward again. By the end of October, you're going to feel like this weight has been lifted, and you're definitely going to be moving in forward motion in November. November is going to be like the gates are open. Whatever we're manifesting now, it's about working through this Mercury retrograde, saying, I need to go back, rethink, review, clear out all this stuff so I can move forward with full steam ahead into November and beyond. Great energy. Leo, this new moon is happening in your third house of communication, broadcasting. The energy there, the sun is in Libra, meaning you're trying to find some balance, and it's shining on, I want this to be a win-win for whoever I work with, whatever I do. It is people that are close to home. It's usually neighbors, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles. It's generally not children and parents, but it's things that are closer to home. It's also connected to paperwork, like writing things, broadcasting, and different forms of communication. This new moon is you starting something new in this sector. Mars is going to give you the energy to move forward and the drive. Now, Mercury is currently stationed retrograde until, oh Lord, it's going to be for about 4 more weeks. So when it moves forward, then you're going to have all these mishaps of, are you typing it wrong? Are you not sending it to the right place? Did you make the phone call to the wrong person? When Mercury stations retrograde, it's little bumps in the road of, that communication didn't send to the right person. Now, this is a beautiful trine to your north node that's in your house of partnerships with groups of friends, and your seventh house of where Jupiter and Saturn have been sitting on you for the last year, in your partnership sector of significant others, of clients, partners, best friends. So let's talk about this. Your north node is your life direction of where you're supposed to be going. And you're supposed to be focused on these friends, these social circles, getting out there, networking. And Jupiter and Saturn are in your seventh house of partnerships. Now, Saturn is going to go direct on October 10th, and then Jupiter on October 18th. Now, Saturn wants us to put in the work. Are you putting in the work with the partnerships, the relationships, the clients? Saturn wants us to put in the work. Jupiter says, I'm thinking long term. And these planets are waking up. The heavier planets that are the outer, that whenever they station retrograde, this is about doing the behind the scenes work. So you've had to put in the work behind the scenes in order to create things that you want to manifest for the future. With this, you're going to be connecting your networking with partnership and clients, with communication and close to home. Connect all those together, put your new moon intentions. There's a lot of great things that are going to happen. You also have Uranus. It's the planet of shock and surprise. It is in your house of career. It will be here stationed retrograde until January 2022. So you only have a little bit longer where things with your career are going to be a little topsy-turvy and less stable. Virgo, this new moon is going to hit you in, or is occurring in your second house of personal income. The sun is currently illuminating your house of income, personal things that you value. This is your prosperity, your self-worth. The sun is saying, I need this to be a win-win solution. Mars is saying, if you owe it to me, I want it to come back to me. This is getting things back that are owed to you. The new moon is, I am setting new moon intentions that will benefit not just my career, but my partnership sector of my house. Now, Mercury is here currently, and it's messing with your communication, the emails that you're sending to clients, the message that I'm sending out to people that, okay, I need to be reimbursed for these things. You are currently, Mercury is saying, these things are owed to you. You need to have them back. This is whatever is, it's personal wealth, it's finances. And Mercury is, did you send the email? Did you document? Are you making the follow-up phone call? Now, there's a beautiful trine. The trine is to your north node in your career sector. This is at the top of your chart, and this is your life direction of where you're supposed to be going. So your income, it's going to be directed to your career of where you're going. It also has to do with your house of mental, physical, spiritual health, and daily work. This is a beautiful trine. Jupiter and Saturn have been sitting here for a year. So Jupiter is going to go station direct on October 18th and Saturn on October 10th. So one before the other. So currently with this beautiful trine, Saturn will be the first one to station direct. And this is about creating big life changes for your work, your income that comes back to you. And then on October 18th, Jupiter is going to wake up. And this is about manifesting long-term plans. So these three are connected with your personal wealth, your career, and your daily spiritual, physical, emotional health and work. And when when the big planets are retrograde, it's about doing the behind the scenes work. Saturn is slow and steady and will not let you move ahead until you've made the work. So if you've made your health a priority, and you're finding the balance with your health and your work, Jupiter, when it finally stations direct, all things are going to then open up. This month and the month before has felt like you have felt like somebody's holding you back. And the further along we go in this month, as the planets finally motion forward and move out of retrograde, one by one, it will feel like a weight has been lifted. By the time we get to the end of the month, Mercury's out of retrograde. The majority of these big, heavy planets are now going to be stationing direct. November is going to be the month where we put all these things that we are working on into motion. When we have a planet like Mercury in retrograde, this is a time with all these planets that we are taking things, integrating things, going back, fixing, redoing. And that way, when everything is moving direct, we can now manifest to the best and highest good that we can. And with yours in the house of career, personal income, and health, things are really looking up. Libra, this new moon is in your first house of self. The sun is shining on you, saying, I want everybody to have a win-win, and I'm focused on me being balanced with mental, physical, spiritual well-being. The Mars is here saying, I want to go after what I want, but it needs to be a win-win situation. And the new moon is here saying, I'm ready to start something new for me. Now, Mercury is also here. So Mercury is offering an opportunity to go back, rethink, review, redo, something personal about you, about how you see yourself, how you present yourself, how you are in the outside world. Now, there's a perfect trine at this time, and it's with your North Node. Your North Node is your life direction of where you're going, and it's in your house of higher learning. It's with travel, study. And so this is you saying, I need to focus on foreign things to you, spirituality, taking a deep dive. Are you graduating from something? Are you ready to start a new class? Are you ready to start a new workshop? This is foreign people, foreign things, philosophy, religion. This is a focus on where are you going for your life's direction. It's trining with your fifth house of fun, romance, creativity, and Jupiter and Saturn have been there for a long time. And since both of them have been stationed retrograde, this is you going back over long, hard things that you've been like, you're ready to bust out. You're ready to be creative. You are ready to manifest some things and make them happen. So on October 10th, Saturn, it's finally going to station direct, and this is creating a big life changes for you. This will be for what you can use for work. This is are you ready to start a family? Are you ready to start? This is something with children, family, creativity, and how do I balance that with, remember, Libra, we're trying to keep everything balanced. So Jupiter on October 18th, that's when it is waking up, and it says, hey, I now have the ability to manifest. I have the long-term planning. Let's make this happen. Are you ready to start a family? Are you ready to do something? Are your children moving out? Are your children graduating? Are you finally able to focus on you? Because the focus has been on everybody else but you. The focus should be on your life direction, and it's a trifecta of those three things happening for you in your chart. So set out, and the focus should be all about you. Scorpio. This new moon is occurring in your 12th house. Now, currently, the sun is illuminating this. So the sun is illuminating the things that we don't want to bring to the surface. Are you doing the work? Are you taking time out for a spiritual retreat? Are you taking mental, physical? Are you focused on your mental, physical, spiritual health? The sun is saying we need to find a balance here, because without the balance, you will be unhealthy. The moon is saying, I'm ready to start something. I'm ready to take a deep dive into this. And Mars is ready to go after it. Now, Mercury is in retrograde, and it's going back over things and saying, do I dig deep into like past life regression? Do I dig into something spiritual? This is you with something It's metaphysical, it's spiritual, it's something, it's your dreams, it is your intuition. And I would expect nothing less from, Scorpio. Come on, you are the psychic detective of the zodiac, and this is you getting to the bottom of something and clearing out some of this energy. Now, this is at this time, we're going to have a trine to your eighth house of shared income and your fourth house of home, family, and roots. And so you're going to be bringing these three houses together to work on. Your life's destiny is the focus on bringing life, death, rebirth, bringing together money that comes to you and transforming it into something else. Is this a combined income with a partner? Is this money that's come to you from a legacy, from a will? Is this money that you've invested? This is a transformation of that, and that's the focus of where you're supposed to be going. Now, the planets Jupiter and Saturn have been sitting on your home, your family, your roots, your mother, all those issues for you for a while. So on October 10th, Saturn is going to station direct. So this is creating big life changes for you moving forward. Are you moving? Is there a connection between your work and your home? And that you are now ready to say, I'm ready to put this behind me and I'm ready to move forward with this. These are going to be big changes. October 18th, Jupiter is going to station direct, and this is a wake up. This is, I am ready to wake up, manifest, and make long-term plans, because Saturn is big life changing, and Jupiter says, and I'm ready for the long-term plan. So something with your house, your home, something with other people or combined income. And I look at it as, are you clearing out karma, and are you tapped into yourself, saying, this energy, I believe, I follow, I feel, I understand. It's about following your intuition, following your dreams, and combining all that energy together. Now, Uranus is in your house of partnership. It's going to be here until January 2022. So it will also be coming out of retrograde soon. So right now, October will feel like somebody's been holding you back. And slowly, as the month progresses, you're slowly going to be able to say, I've done the work, I've processed the information, and I'm ready to move forward with big changes. This is going to be amazing energy. It will feel like a weight has been lifted. And then November will feel even better as you move forward with this. Sagittarius, this moon, the sun and the moon and Mars and Mercury are all in your 11th house of friends, social circles, groups. So the sun is illuminating. This is what I want to do with my friends. These are the groups that I want to belong to. This is where I want to network, but I need to find some kind of balance. And the moon is saying, I'm ready to initiate something that I want to do in this sector of my life. I want to be part of this. I want to bring forth this. Mars is saying, I'm ready to initiate it. I'm ready to follow through with it. Now, Mercury is currently stationed retrograde next to all of that. And so it's saying, hold on. Can you do this and make it sustainable? Are there miscommunication between you and friends, you and these groups? Is there a difference with its email, phone, text, all of this with Mercury? Now, there's going to be a beautiful trine going on with your partnerships, with the north node of where you're supposed to be going. The north node shows us, it helps us to realign our life direction. And so this new moon will be a time of, I need to realign with my partner, with where I'm going. Now, this could be with clients, partnership, personal close friendships, and it's your third house of communication, broadcasting, neighbors, siblings. That house has been lit up with a retrograde motion of Jupiter and Saturn for a very long time. Now, Saturn is going to be the first one to come out of to station direct for you, that it's going to be creating a big life change. possibly towards your work? Are you writing something new? Have you been sitting on something that you've been wanting to communicate? It's something that you're going to want to broadcast everywhere. Then on October 18th, Jupiter is going to finally wake up. It's going to have the ability to help you manifest what you've been working on. Saturn has said you have to put in the work in order to make this worth it. And you're going to be using your friendship, your network, and you're going to be using your partnership sector. Jupiter is going to say, I am now ready to make all of this happen for you. Now, this month of October we have felt like we have been held back and trying to move forward with these plans. The further along that we go into October, the more we will be able to actually feel like the grip has been released and we're going to be able to move forward. When Mercury finally stations direct, November is going to feel amazing because all of this work that we've done, this redo, rewind, review, all of this is now going to say, I'm now ready to move forward. I've gone through all this and I have new purpose and a life direction. And this is where I want to head it in this direction. So it'll be a connection of your friends close to home, possibly connection to communication, writing, broadcasting, and partnership. It's going to be good. Capricorn, this new moon is at the top of your chart. So the sun is illuminating your career. You are busy. It's in the sign of Libra, trying to find a balance between pleasing this person and pleasing this person. The moon says, I'm ready to manifest some new things for me. I need to find a balance that makes me happy. Mars is there saying, I can kick off this energy. I have the drive. I have the willpower. Mercury is there saying, I am stationed retrograde. I am now going to make you go back. Did you check that email? Did you really send it? Did you check the words? Did you make sure you sent it to the right person? Did the documents get there? Did the documents get signed? Are the phone, like the missed phone calls, the miscommunication with text, that's all going to be going on in your house of career. Now, there is a trine, a gift that's going to come along with this manifesting of magic. So our north node is where we're supposed to be going in this life. And your north node is in the sector of your life of daily work, spiritual, mental, physical health, and your service to others. This is about making sure that you are aligned with your life direction. And so it's kind of like a little bit of a wake-up call. It's going to be connected to your second house of income. Now, Jupiter and Saturn have been sitting on that house for a while, stationed retrograde. Saturn is, so these big planets, they work behind the scenes and they want you to slowly do the work so you can integrate it. So when you move forward, you don't fall back on bad habits. So Saturn will be the first one. October 10th, this will be creating big life changes, something to do with income connected to your job and making sure it physically, mentally, spiritually meets all your needs. And then on October 18th, Jupiter is finally going to wake up. This is the ability to manifest. This is long-term planning. This is what you've been waiting for. You are now going to be able to move forward. You have felt like someone has been holding you back. With all these heavy planets stationed retrograde, it's go back, review, rewind, and to the point of, I got it. I finally got it. Okay, let me move forward. And so you are now going to connect your career with your personal income, with your mental, physical, and spiritual health and well-being. And slowly, as these planets move direct or station direct throughout the month of October, you are going to now really move forward. You're going to make all these corrections and November is going to feel amazing. You're going to get a little bit of this energy as October flows. And then November, it'll be like full steam ahead. The purpose, the drive, everything will feel 100% different than where we are right now. So waking up, we are waking up. Aquarius, this new moon is occurring in your house of travel, of your house of communication and foreign people, diving deep into spirituality. The sun is already here. This is you saying, I need to be enlightened. I'm ready to take a deep dive into this. How do I find the balance of this? The moon is saying, I'm ready to start something new. Are you finishing a class? Are you finishing a workshop? There's something that's finishing in your life. And now you're ready to move on to the next venture. Mars is there saying, I have this fire that I'm ready to move forward. Are you ready to physically move? Are you ready to dive into some spiritual class? Are you ready to dive into a workshop? It's something with that. Now, Mercury is there saying, you got to do the work. I'm going to make you go back and review, look at again. Are you wanting to travel? Mercury is saying, expect delays. This is you wanting to see the world. The moon is, this need has to be met. Foreign people, foreign things, travel abroad, travel farther than our own area that's right here. The sun is illuminating it. The moon is illuminating it. Mars is saying, I'm fired up. Let's manifest it. And Mercury is saying, expect some delays. I need you to read the fine print. Now, there's going to be a perfect trine with where you're supposed to be going, our North Node. Your North Node is in your 5th house of romance, children, pleasure, and this is your life's direction. Are you balancing this with, am I setting aside enough time? Is there romance? Is there creativity? Are you thinking about children? Are you thinking about life partners? Are you thinking about, it's also with your 1st house. So Jupiter and Saturn have been sitting on your 1st house of self, saying, all about you and how you present yourself, your physical appearance. And on October 10th, Saturn is going to finally station direct. And this is you creating big life changes that are with you and your work. Now, Jupiter is also there on October 18th. It's like a wake-up call. On October 18th, it's like feeling this energy that I'm able to finally manifest with who I am to the core, and who I want to be, and the direction of where I want to go. Diving into spirituality, traveling, making these things happen. And the North Node is saying, let's make it happen. You need to be on the right track. So beautiful energy. It'll feel like you have been held back up to this point. And now as the planets station direct, each week you're going to have a new, like the weight has been lifted and things are going to be possible. You're going to be able to see the end of the rainbow, the end of where you want to go. And November is going to feel amazing because it'll be like, I've done the work. I have all this behind me, and the plans that you're setting into place are going to start to manifest in November. It's going to be beautiful. Pisces, this new moon is occurring in your 8th house of shared income, partnership with documentation, birth, death, rebirth, some kind of transformation going on there. It's in the beautiful sign of Libra. The sun is illuminating that house, saying, hey, I need to pay attention to some kind of transformation that's going to occur. Are you getting together with someone, and is there a prenup? Is there a will? Is there a legacy of something that's coming to you? This is joint finances. The sun is illuminating this, saying we have to find a win-win solution so that we are both happy in this. The moon is saying, I'm ready to start this venture. Let's manifest this. Let's make this happen. And Mars is there saying, I need to pull forward. I'm ready to dive in head first. Now, Mercury is stationed retrograde right next to all that. And Mercury is saying, you can go ahead and do that, but we need to read the fine print. We need to read that documentation. We need to go back over it and look at it one more time, 2 more times. There could be a typo. There could be something that's amiss. That's what Mercury does. It has us go back and look at what we are starting, so that when we move forward with it, it is a living, breathing document that can stand the test of time. Now, there's going to be a beautiful trine to your North Node of where you are going. For you, this is your house, your home, your family, your roots. It's a new life direction. So are you combining a home with somebody and combining your income with someone? And this is a new transformation for you. It's connected to your 12th house, this trine, because Jupiter and Saturn have been sitting there for quite a while. Saturn has been requiring you to do the deep dive into your into your hidden, your dreams, your secrets, the fear of things, your karma, and it's the things that we're afraid of and fear of. And Saturn has said, have you addressed those? Are you ready to move forward? Have you gotten rid of your demons? Are you ready to make this energy amazing to work with? Because if you want to set up this home and you want to have this partnership, you have to do the work yourself. So Saturn is it's going to be on October 10th. It's going to be creating a big life change. It'll have to do with your work and your personal life. Then on October 18th, Jupiter is going to station direct. This is a wake up. It's ability to manifest. It's about you making long-term plans. So if you've done the shadow work, if you've healed yourself, if you are working on your inner dreams, your past lives, your karma, if you have not skirted around it and you've done the work and you are the best that you possibly can be, then you are now ready to be with a partner and transform and create this like new home. It's going to be amazing energy that it's going to be all three connected together and a beautiful direction for you to move into. And what does that look like for you? I'm Willow Grace Mystic, and I hope you hit that subscribe button, like, share. If you want more of this, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Anchor. And I have a newsletter that gives you the monthly update according to the lunar cycle at willowgracemystic.com. I heart you.